Let us start today's class from the previous day. And on the previous day, we had discussed up to the heat sink. I have marked in my book and kept all the things safe. So till the previous day, we had discussed about heat sink. Today, we are going to carry forward the discussion from the heat sink again. Now, what is a heat sink? Heat sink is a small aluminum block cut into fins so that it can dissipate the heat. It can dissipate heat from the components on the motherboard or other components of the computer, so that the devices keeps on working properly and they do not reach very high temperature so that they may get destroyed. So that is the work of heat sink. And and the heat sink above the CPU also consists of a fan. The heat sink just above the CPU also consists of fan so that the dissipation of the heat takes place faster. Now our next topic and the last topic of the chapter is ports. What are ports? Ports are the entry and exit points. Ports are the entry and exit points of a computer system where the external devices can be attached. Hopefully all of you understood that. Ports are the external devices, exit and entry points of the computer where various devices can be added. For example, you have the USB port, you have the parallel port, you have the serial port, you have the VGA port, then you have the microphone, headphone in jack. All those we can think of as a port. So once again, I'm repeating what is the port. Port is the exit and entry point of a computer system where external devices can be added or joined. For example, you would have a pen drive, you want to put it in the USB. So that is also a port. You have a monitor, you want to put it in the VGA or the HDMI section, HDMI port. So you can understand ports are actually the inputs or the output points from where we can add more devices, Now there are various types of ports discussed in your book. The first one is the serial port. The serial port is the port in which the data transmission takes place bit by bit. Means we all know that computer understands zeros and ones. So we all know that computer understands zeros and ones. So what happens, the data, it travels in the form of zeros and ones only. So only 1 0 or only 1 1 can travel through the serial port. Means only one bit can be passed through the serial port. Next is parallel port. The parallel port is the port which is as same as the serial port. The data transmission takes place through the parallel port, but this time the data can be transmitted byte by byte. We know that 1 byte equals to 8 bits. That means at a time, 8 bits of data can travel through the parallel port. Now, what is the use of serial port and parallel port? Serial ports are used where the data transmission rate needed not to be much higher. Nowadays, serial ports are not given in the either in the PC or in laptops and other devices. Because nowadays, those are backdated things, backdated ports. Whereas nowadays we have very different kind of ports where the data transmission rate is much higher, and therefore the data can travel from one device to another or from one computer to another in a very high speed. So serial ports and parallel ports, they are outdated things. You can see the pictures given in page number 10, the serial port and the parallel port. So serial ports and parallel ports, what is serial port? The port through which data can travel bit by bit. The parallel port where through which the data can travel byte by byte. The third one is universal serial bus. Yeah. Someone raised the hand and then lowered it. Universal serial port. Serial bus. Universal serial bus or USB. The USB ports are very convenient because the data transmission rate is higher in that, as well as the port needs a very small space. They are thinner. So what happens, the size of the laptops, the PCs, the mobile phones, they are becoming thinner. As the port, you can observe the size of the serial port, they are thicker. So the computers or the laptops, those have that serial port, they need to be thicker in size. The universal serial ports, they are thinner. So what happens, the size of the laptop, the thickness of the laptop is being highly reduced. The data transmission port speed is also higher. The data transmission speed is also higher in USB port. The fourth one, PS2 ports or connectors. PS2 ports, these are the ports used previously. We have the PS2 mouse and keyboard. So we used to have that PS2 connectors in our PCs. Nowadays, all of us have either USB mouse and keyboard, or most of us have Bluetooth and wireless devices. So PS2 devices or PS2 ports are not being provided nowadays. They were provided by two colors. One is blue, another one is green. The blue and green, I think the blue one is used to connect the keyboard, and the green one was used to connect the mouse. Although those are very backdated, so I cannot memorize the whole color of the PS2 port, but I had seen them. You may have not seen the PS2 port. If you get a very old PC from somewhere or very old desktop from somewhere, you can see those PS2 ports. Those the pictures you can see in your book. Another one is FireWire. Now, what is this? FireWire. It is a data transmission port. Along with that, it checks the authority of the incoming and outgoing data. FireWire, it is also known as, I am reading the content, what is shown in the written in the book is, it is also known as IEEE 1394. It is developed by Apple Inc. in 1994. It can transfer large amount of data with speed of 800 Mbps, can connect up to 63 different devices. Now you can understand that it is a port which can help the data to transfer at a very high speed, 800 Mbps, and it can connect a large number of devices. So this port, actually what it does, it checks the incoming data as well as it also checks the outgoing data and works at a very high speed. Number 6, VGA or graphics port. VGA or graphics port are the ports. Those are used to connect external monitors. Nowadays, we don't have the external monitors in the bulky ones. Most of us have the thin LED type monitors. Now, thin LED type monitors, they have HDMI ports. Now, what happens is the HDMI ports and VGA ports are the difference. The HDMI port and the VGA port. I'm discussing even about the HDMI port given just below the VGA port. So, what are the differences? In VGA port, the display cannot be of high resolution. Means you do not get a high resolution picture. Means the picture clarity is not good enough. But in the HDMI port, the picture clarity is very high. This fellow is moving in and out, and I think some people are facing network problems. Obviously, you can understand as many people are working using the internet at the same time. So there is a network outage, or we can say internet outage in our locations. Almost every day it is happening. Even my Wi-Fi is broadband is also showing that unstable connection. So better you use a stable connection. Most of the people I can see, they are coming in, going out, maybe because of internet connection. Okay, now we were discussing about the VGA port and the HDMI port. In VGA port, what happens? The VGA devices can be attached, whereas through the HDMI devices can be attached. Both the devices have the same purpose. They used to show the operation that you are performing on the screen. Simply, they are used to connect the monitors. But what happens? The VGA port and the HDMI port, the difference is through the VGA, we connect the VGA devices in which the picture clarity is not that high. Whereas in HDMI, we get high resolution pictures. We can even get a 4K. If our monitor supports 4K or 8K display, we can get 4K or 8K images. Those are actually the standard of images. So you can understand that these two, the HDMI and the VGA, both are used to connect the monitors. Then the second last, it is the Ethernet port. Ethernet port, it is the port which is used to connect Ethernet. Now, what is the Ethernet? Ethernet is data transmission system, or we can say it is a network establishment system. Means our computer can be placed on network through wires. We can place our computers over the network through wires. Means we can connect our devices through wires for data transmission. And this is not as simple that we have two devices and we have the Ethernet port and we can simply connect a wire between two devices. That is not possible. We need some more devices to connect the Ethernet port and use it for data transmission or creating a network. But Ethernet port It is basically to create a network. It is basically to create a network of computers through which high-speed data can travel depending upon the device that you are using to connect various computers or various computing devices. For example, many of you may have a smart TV or a smart set-top box at home, Android set-top box. You can see they also have Ethernet ports. Now, what happens? What to do with those? As they are smart, they can display the content from internet. And if you have a router or a Wi-Fi broadband, you can directly plug in the wire to those devices so that you can get high-speed internet on them. If you have a router and a wireless router, and if you try to Siddhi Priya, you want to speak something? Siddhi Priya? No. Okay. Now, what I was talking about the Ethernet port. If you have Ethernet port, they can transfer data much faster than a Wi-Fi router. Although sometimes it is said that router has a capability of 300 Mbps speed, but still it needs radio signals. It works on wireless, means it needs radio signals. And when the radio signals we need, the radio signals may get blocked by walls and metal meshes or metal. There may be disturbances due to many devices transmitting radio signals. For example, your mobile phone also emits radio signal. Your Bluetooth devices, they also emit radio signal. Then why your router, it also emits radio signal. Then you may think of the what is that satellite TV. They also emit radio signals. Then you can think about the working of radio devices, say MP, FM devices. They also produce the radio signals. So what happens? There may be interference among those radio signals, and therefore the speed decreases. But if we use Ethernet cable or LAN cable, mostly we say LAN cable, and we connect a device directly to it, there is lesser chance of interference. Okay, the last one, the audio ports or audio jack. Socket. Just a minute. I have a call. Let me pick it up. I'll be back soon. Sorry for the interruption. Now, we were talking about the audio jack. Now, when we think of the audio jack, you can always observe there are three kinds of jack systems or ports are given. Three ports having different colors. And in that you can see the color codes are already given. The red one is the line in. Now, what is line in? Line in means you have a different audio device and you want to connect it to the computer. So what happens? The input, the output of that particular device goes into the computing system, and you play the music from your particular device. It may be a phone, it may be a MP3 player, it may Yeah. Can you hear me? Hopefully you can hear me. Okay. Now there are three three ports given. The red one is line in. Line in means you want to feed the audio signal to the computer. We place a jack there. Number two, the gray one, light colored greenish one, that is the line out. Means you want to place your headphone or you want to place a amplifier to amplify your the sound produced by the computer to make it listen to the other person or to the group of audience. So what we need large speakers, we need amplifiers, and we need to make them listen what is the sound being produced by the computer. So in that case, we have that green one, that is line out. Means we can take the audio signal, the output audio signal of the computer through this particular port. And the last one, the blue one, is the mic port. Means you can place external microphone to that particular port. Nowadays, instead of giving these three ports separately, what happens? All the ports are included in one single. Most of the laptops you can observe there is one single audio output is given. And in that you can place even the microphone and the headphone, and you can even take out line out is there. The line in and the mic in both have the same port. So you can observe that to reduce the thickness or with the development in technology, the ports are being changed. Okay, that's all. And along with this, your chapter is over. Now, when your chapter is over, you can understand you get the homework. Okay, if anybody have any doubt regarding any portion in the chapter, you can raise your hand. And those who are new, has never attended, you don't know how to raise your hand, touch the screen. At the bottom of the screen, you can see more. From more, you can raise your hand. I'll clear your doubt, and you'll get the homework on ClassPlus Lite app. As well as, if you want to recall today's class ever, so this class will be available on ClassPlus Lite app. The recorded class, the recorded video of this class will be available on ClassPlus Lite app from evening, not now, from evening. It will be there in the study material section. You can always visit my YouTube and watch the classes. Okay. Do anyone have any doubt? Yes. Yeah.
Sir, I have doubt in HDMI, high definition multimedia interface.
Yeah, high definition multimedia interface. Now, what is high definition multimedia interface is? It is a port. It is a port or the place where we can connect external monitors. Having the capability, the devices, those have the capability to display high definition.
Just a second. mistake. I had switched off the power. Okay. Anyway, you can listen still now. It is used to connect the high definition video devices. Now, high definition video devices, we can say something like LED TV or LCD TV.
Yes.
Those things, those are high definition output display devices. We can connect them and use them.
Okay, sir.
Okay. You lower your hand. Anyone else? Anyone else have any problem? I'm facing problem with my Bluetooth right now. So, okay. So that is the end of the class today. If you have a doubt, you can always ask in the next class. Have a nice day and get prepared for the next class you have.